are now tuned into All Bets In with MyGuyz. MyGuyz Sports.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Appreciate y'all tuning in. Welcome to another episode of All Bets In, Season 2, Episode 4, NFL Week 4 with MyGuyz Sports. I'm Bsperl Online, and as always, I'm with Moneyline Rich Will.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Man, what's happening with you, Rich?
Not much, man. Just trying to pick up my bruises from this past weekend. It was a crazy shame that Zach Wilson couldn't give me 50 yards to Garrett Wilson, man. It's just a tragedy what's going on in New York right now.
Oh, it's looking real ugly right there. They got some decisions to make for sure.
They got some big decisions to make. I mean, I guess you don't want to bring a new QB and you got to pay him this year. You got to decide if you win the ship. Do you get rid of right? Like, there's a lot of things. But my thing is, I know everybody hate losing, but you can tank and get you a top 5 pick, and help build that O line, or build some, trade it down, get to. They got options. I think sometimes you just gotta understand when, you got defeat at your hands.
Man. Yeah, no, it's tough over there, and I think Robert Salah got his I think I pronounced his name right. I apologize.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think he got his hands tied over there.
Yeah, and he keep promoting him. They gonna untie him for him.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll talk about that one here once we get into the show for sure. But yeah, no, appreciate everybody tuning in. We're in week 4. Man, the season going by fast, man. So appreciate y'all tuning in and joining us, man. Just once again, I give you all our handles as well. I know you can see them here on the video, but feel free to reach out to us at any time. We want y'all to start dropping some picks, man. Drop your picks, man. We can shoot them on the show and kind of talk about them. We want some more interaction from you guys as well. We talked about possibly giving a little segment for that, so we'll get more into that. But team at MyGuyzSports.com. You can reach us at the IG MyGuyz_sports and Twitter at MyGuyzSports. I'm Sperl Online. You can find me Sperl Online on Twitter and IG. And Rich is on Twitter, Moneyline Rich W, and IG Moneyline Rich Will. So yeah, no, check us out. Follow, subscribe to the YouTube channel as well. We drop the live show on there, the video show on there, usually after we put out the audio, the podcast. So you can find that there. And I love to hear from you guys. So appreciate you again joining. Week 4, man. It was a funny week, man. I know you said lick your bruises or whatever the case may be, man, but that's just kind of part of the game, man. You got to take the ups and the downs. We're going to have good weeks and bad weeks, man, but it's overall long-term, having a winning percentage long-term. So, losses happen, man. So,
absolutely.
Swear we're going to get that back. But, yeah, man, this will be a little shorter episode, man. We got business to attend to. I'm out here in Vegas. Rich got some business to attend to as well. So, this will be a more condensed podcast. We only got 5 games. We'll get to those. But, man, before we do, let's hit a little week 3 recap. As far as results, pull those up.
I just got a standout player. Nobody is talking about CJ Stroud enough for me. I feel like he's under the radar, and he's been torching defenses since he came into the league at week 1. And I think it's just been understated. He's been my recognition player that I want to give recognition to, because he's flying under the radar and he's killing it. He looks ready. I know we talk about Bryce Young, a lot of hypes on him, but right now I don't think it's close.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's more of a pure quarterback than Bryce Young for sure. He can stand back there in the pocket and just throw. He doesn't rely on his legs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's in a good situation, man. Came in with a head coach the same year. They
tied to each other.
Yeah, they tied to each other. And they you can tell they committed to building building that team, with him at quarterback. So, yeah, no, that's a good recognition right there, man. He's been playing well. They got a big win last week, so good, nice shout out right there. Cool. All right, let's hit the recap on how we did here in NFL Week 3. Start with Bsperl Online. Had four bets up there. Got the wrong one. Had 4 bets up there. Had the first one. Hey, my bad. I got the wrong one up here. Let me pull this up.
Got it if you need it.
Man, I got so. Oh, here we go. All right. Cool. First one I had here was Tennessee and Cleveland, the first half, under 19.5. That one cashed. Got lucky. Amari Cooper probably should have scored on one. They called it out of bounds, so I got lucky there.
Right.
But yeah, sometimes you need it. So we won there. Green Bay, Jordan Love to throw an interception. He threw one in the second half. We got that one. That was a W. Atlanta's Bijan Robinson anytime touchdown did not cash. They didn't even score a touchdown in the game. So lost on that one. And then Monday Night Football, Philadelphia quarterback Jalen Hurts over 235.5 passing yards. That one cashed as well. Had 2 underdogs. I had Atlanta Falcons. That one was plus 3.5. They did not cover, and they lost to the Detroit Lions 20-6. And the Saints, depending upon when you got the number, you covered. But if you bet it an hour before kickoff, you did not cover. They end up losing 18-17 by 1. And did not cover the final spread. That spread ended up jumping to -1.5. New Orleans, once Green Bay announced they were sitting some guys. So 3-1 on the day. The Bsperl Online, Moneyline Rich Will had 2 plays, had a 2-leg parlay for plus 262. Denver plus 1.5 alt line. Yeah, that one didn't end too well. 70-20. Miami ran it up against Denver. And then Cleveland did come through. Cleveland plus 3.5 alt line. They blew out the Titans. It was at 27-3. So that one got there, but the 2-leg did not. And then Jets receiver Garrett Wilson over 48.5 receiving yards got caught by the dang hook, man. Dang hook. So
Prize Picks got me though. So Prize Picks was getting me. Check out Prize Picks, y'all, if y'all want to get into some good player prop parlays.
Yeah, I got that one on here. Prize Picks 2-team play for 600. Denver's Jerry Jeudy 4 receptions, and Garrett Wilson 4 receptions. That one did cash, so you did get some money there. So that was a good one. And then Denver was your underdog, right?
Yeah.
Denver plus 6.5, no cover, loss. Overall, 50% on the day. 50% on the day, which, not where we want to be, but, some weeks you got to just stay steady. So, we broke even. On the season, Bsperl Online has 6 wins, 4 losses, 60% win percentage. And Rich, 3 wins, 3 losses, 50% win percentage there. And then on the season, we are 9-7, 9-7 win percentage of 56%. So dropped a little bit from that 60%, but we still right there in the striking range. So we'll continue to try to run it up and get that back over 60 where we know we're supposed to be. So no, that was the week 3 results. What about got any news updates on week 3 going into week 4 here? Anything that stood out to you?
Alvin Kamara coming back. I think the narrative's still the same. 3 dominant teams. Cowboys got surprised, shook. I think that's a new news. Diggs obviously out. What's going on with the Vikings? Mike Williams tore his ACL for the Chargers, so a lot of injuries. Injuries start to do their thing, ACLs and Achilles and broken legs and stuff like that. So a lot of injuries starting to take place, and wish everybody a speedy recovery.
Yeah, no, for sure, for sure. Yeah, three big favorites take L's, man. Sportsbook had a good Sunday, man, because a lot of people had those teams on their parlays and all that stuff. And Jags as outright, as what 8.5 point favorites lost outright to Houston.
Mm-hmm.
Cowboys double-digit favorites lost outright to Arizona, and Ravens. I think they were 8.5 point favorites at home against the Colts, and they lost outright as well to Gardner Minshew and the Colts. So yeah, three big favorites take L's, man. Denver, Denver and Miami. That was one of the most bizarre games, man. 70 points in a
Yeah.
NFL football game that's not Madden is pretty crazy.
Yeah, I think so too, without a doubt.
Yeah, maybe that's some humble pie for Sean Payton, man.
Nah, that's not enough.
Not not enough.
Not the much shit he been talking. I don't want to hear another word from him, but humble juice.
Oh man. And then I think I sent you that as well. I didn't know Mike McDaniels was a ball boy for the Broncos.
Crazy thing about it, I've seen that video, but it didn't resonate with me until you sent it to me again. I'm like, damn, I have seen this before. Oh
Man,
well, next time give my boy an interview.
bro, that was crazy. Yeah, he took that personal. That whooping, man. As far as what they were out there doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And yeah, QB situations, man, that are getting real spicy here. Bears and the Jets. What are you thinking about, this Bears QB situation, man? Justin Fields is getting a lot of
I think you should trade him to the Jets.
just swap QBs.
I mean, send him to the Jets. I wouldn't swap QBs. I think Zach Wilson is, not he can't play in this league. So unfortunately, I like Zach Wilson. Got a chance to watch him on Hard Knocks. So seemed like a cool kid, but he just lacks the command and I would say the mental control of this game for a quarterback. Like you watch Aaron Rodgers, you watch him. It's like I know Aaron Rodgers is older, obviously, but it's the cadence and everything is just so different. And talent, he has arm talent, but he just doesn't see the field like everybody else. He doesn't use his athletic ability as much as he probably should. 2 years behind Aaron Rodgers would have made him a lot better quarterback. But right now, you just kind of you get Fields and you let Fields go, and you trade Fields somewhere because I think Fields is a good quarterback, but they need a quarterback coach who can unlock, teach him how to settle down and make quick reads. And there's no coaching in Chicago that's helping him at all. They can say what they want, but the actions on the field say that he's not being coached up correctly. I don't think he's a problem. And maybe that system is not for him. Maybe it needs to be something like Lamar Jackson's in, or that Jalen Hurts is in, something that's more suited around him. Because they got weapons in Chicago. Any other quarterback could probably go in there and gun it out.
Yeah. No, I don't think it's a good fit for him. And, I think we talked about this on the last show. They're not really tied to him because they didn't draft him, new regime. So, they're not really invested in, his I think they want him to do well, but they want him to do well how they want him to do well.
Yeah,
Not
not all these
necessarily.
goddamn quarterbacks in the draft.
Oh,
Shit,
it's a
tank.
lot this year. Yeah.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
You really got five quarterbacks probably going first 10 picks.
At least first spread out over the first two rounds. I don't know
Hmm.
how many teams need quarterbacks. It's not as many, but teams are still gonna try to, even if they gotta take one to sit, behind
Hmm.
somebody, it's definitely a quarterback heavy draft this year.
Absolutely.
Yeah. In the Jets situation, man, I'm, you know, uh, people kind of blaming Robert Saleh, but I don't think it's his decision. I think it's coming from the front office. People saying that they should sit him or to get another quarterback, but to me the biggest question mark of this team is what direction are they going to go if it's not Zach Wilson. So I think they have to give him adequate time to play. They drafted him number 2 overall. So, you got to let him play. To his defense, his first 3 games was against the Bills, the Cowboys, and Bill Belichick in the Patriots.
And he get KC this week.
Yeah, so
yeah.
You gotta give him fair time and value. I know people think the Jets are good and everything is good except the quarterback. And Aaron Rodgers with this team makes a total difference. But
the offense is not built for Zach Wilson.
No, they went all in on a quarterback.
Yeah,
so, if the quarterback is not there, then it doesn't fit. So, I just don't like the reports coming out. Oh, the defense is getting upset. It's like, man, look.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers went on today and told him to shut up, pretty much.
Yeah, and that's exactly he said exactly what needed to be said. You got NFL older players popping on TV, talking bad about the team and the coach and the players. Like, man, it's 3 games into the season, and at the end of the day, the defense can be mad, but the defense ain't really playing. I was looking at their stats yesterday. They're not playing all that great either.
No, so they're not playing great. They're on the field a lot.
Yeah, I agree.
So it's hard to be dominant when you got to be on the field. You get the ball back after a 6-minute drive, and then your quarterback go 3 and out in 45 seconds. Like, it becomes demoralizing for sure.
Yeah, but hey. Did the Baltimore Ravens cry about Trent Dilfer not scoring points, or did they just be like, we just going to shut y'all down? I don't care if we only score 12, 10 points.
It was hard to score against them.
So, I think they just got to go into the locker room and tell the defense, hey, quit worried about the quarterback, bro. That's not your job. Go play defense and be great. This is an opportunity for the defense to show that you want to be those historical defenses. You got to pick up the pieces and just focus on just being a great defense, man. The offense has nothing to do with them. So the quarterback is going to struggle. He's going to make his mistakes. It's not going to change overnight.
They signed Trevor Siemian.
Yeah, just as an emergency. I don't believe he's going to be the starter at any point.
Exactly.
Then I saw the owner has ties to Wilson's family. I saw a report on that.
That's deep.
Yeah, that's deep. So I don't know how true it is, but
where there's smoke, there's fire.
Yeah, exactly. You already know that, but yeah, it's not the end of the world for the Jets. Worst case scenario, they find out Wilson can't play, they move on from him, and then Aaron Rodgers gets back next season, and
you draft a quarterback.
Draft a quarterback. It's simple, it's simple. But yeah, no, those are the big storylines, man. I thought coming out of those, man. Anything else?
Nah, nothing for me. Just seeing if these player props is out here and they look like they are.
You see some? I didn't see all of them out there.
Just the Packers for the Packers game tomorrow.
Oh, okay, that game. Yeah, okay. Yeah, the other ones Sunday games I didn't see. But yeah, we got 5 games today, so we're gonna hop into these and rap about it real quick, and then we're gonna be out. So let's go ahead and hit it. We got the first game here. Lions, Thursday night football. Lions versus the Packers. Detroit favorite, 1.5, total of 46. The look ahead on this one was Green Bay -1, total of 46. So that total hasn't changed. Lions coming off a 20-6 win at home versus Atlanta in a bounce back spot. Packers coming off an 18-17 comeback win at home versus New Orleans in their home opener. What's your thoughts on this game?
Both teams are injured. Right now, to me, it's hard to give a full pick if we don't know the status of the 3-headed monster, Jaire Alexander. If he's gonna play, if Christian Watson's gonna play. So I think that's big. And then who else was out for them?
Aaron Jones.
Aaron Jones, Christian Watson. Yeah, so
Christian Watson
and Jaire Alexander. So we'll see if all 3 of those come back to play. If all of them do play, I like the Packers. I got them on a 2-team parlay right now with Jaden Reed over 2 catches. Was it 2.5 catches? Maybe it's 2.5. Maybe over 2.5 catches. and I got Packers on an alternate spread at +5.5, with a plus money at 130.
Cool.
Yeah, I like that. I think Green Bay can do. I think Jordan Love showed a lot of heart. I mean, I kind of turned the game off when I thought it was over, and then they rallied within 5 6 minutes. It felt like as soon as Derek Carr got put out. So I think they showed a lot of heart, showed a lot of fight. I think the kid, like I said, kid's gonna be solid. He may not be Brett Favre-ish or Aaron Rodgers, but I think he'll win games. He got the right attitude, and I think for Detroit, I mean, they pounded the game, Atlanta Falcons, but Falcons just couldn't move the ball, and for me, that's a worry. Like they didn't like beat them, but they didn't like blow them out. And I feel like with Green Bay, more creative offense, a lot of blood left last year when they beat them from getting into the playoffs. So it's going to be a more physical game. To me, it just matters if Green Bay star is going to be there. If the star is going to be there, I think Green Bay covers fairly easy. And I would take them on the money line.
What do you think about them being able to stop this Lions offense, the run game?
Um, I think the run game will be obviously a tested challenge for them because the offensive line in Detroit is obviously really strong. But at some point, I think what's his name? St. Brown is injured. The receiver core in Detroit is kind of injured right now. They haven't been fully healthy this year. So I think if you could try to pound the ball on Green Bay a bunch of times, you will. But at some point, you're gonna have to throw the ball. So I just don't think it's enough for them to. I don't think their offense is enough right now. To if it goes into a shootout mode to beat Green Bay.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, you say shootout 46. Yeah, it seems like
A little higher, right?
fairly high. Um, yeah, that's the only thing I worry about in this matchup with Green Bay. I mean, they're 27th in the league in rush defense yards per game.
With no
Detroit,
end in sight.
yeah, and Detroit actually surprisingly on the opposite side. In their rush defense, they're fifth in the league. So both teams want to run the ball first and foremost. So, it's really to me about who's able to establish the run. Because I worry about the other end for the Packers if they don't establish the run. Is their pass game strong enough? Not saying the Lions' pass defense is just world beaters, but
Yeah,
you
for
know
sure.
I think that's where the game could be won or lost is who can run the ball. I like in this game, I don't see it up there yet. It might be up there. I haven't even looked, but I like Detroit's running back Gibbs, Jamar Gibbs to his longest rush over.
What is that?
I'm not sure what it is. But I
Let's see
know
if I can
I
pull
feel
it up.
I feel he's gonna break at
For
least
sure.
one about 20 yards. At least one of those. So I kind of actually like that's
They
the
don't. They don't. They
only
don't. Yeah, they don't have it out yet. I don't think.
you don't
Oh,
have yeah.
players though. Yeah, they only have Jordan Love the longest rush for 10 yards on there.
Oh, okay, yeah. So that one isn't out yet, but yeah, I'll be looking at that one once it comes out. I imagine it'd probably be somewhere like 17
Mm-hmm.
yards, 16, 17, 17 and a half, something like that. But yeah, I think he breaks at least 120 yarder. He got top speed and
And
this
they missed too
Packers
many tackles.
defense. Yeah, exactly. And the Packers, I mean, I haven't really watched the full game yet. Are they still running that base defense where they have more DBs on the field?
Oh, they've been running a little bit of it. I mean, they held the Saints to 18 points or 17 points. So I seen them pretty much out there, but they were getting pressure on the quarterback. So I think that what it is. But yeah, they always gonna. I mean, you got three DBs. You got Jari, you got Rasul Douglas, and you got Eric Stokes. Not playing right now, but they got three DBs that you gotta put them on the field. So I think that's the issue. And they're just not big. Like Kenny Clark is a big T tackle, but they don't have another big man next to him. So I think that's always gonna be a problem for them.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's yeah, I know that usually before they was playing a lot of nickel,
Yeah,
nickel
nickel base defense.
packages
Yeah.
and yeah, and so yeah, that's the part that bothers me about this Packers game. But I wouldn't be surprised if it's close. I mean, it is a 1.5 point spread. And Detroit being favored on the road. So um yeah, interesting to see. But yeah, the Thursday night game, but that's what I got on there.
No, definitely.
Gibbs, longest rush. Cool. You got anything else on that one?
Nah, nothing on this game.
All right, cool. Next one we got here, we got the Dolphins versus the Bills. Buffalo favorite 2.5, total of 54. Look ahead on this one was Buffalo -3, total of 50. So this total is being balled up 4 points.
Still not high enough to me.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, for what you would thought it would have came out as.
yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you on that one. Dolphins coming off a 70-20 win at home versus Denver. And the Bills coming off a 40-0 win on the road versus Washington. So both teams coming off blowout wins.
Mm-hmm.
What's your thoughts on this one?
This is like a guy. I'm not even touching this game with a 10-foot pole. I would say it's a letdown spot for Miami. If anything, that's what my inside betting gut tells me that the Buffalo Bills are probably going to win this game, nail biter field goal. I read something like Miami. It is in Buffalo, right?
Correct.
Okay, so I think Miami has not won in Buffalo in like 60 or 70 years or some shit like that. I think something was talking about on Pat McAfee's show today. It's been a long time since they won in Buffalo.
Hmm.
I didn't get to verify that for sure, but I'm pretty sure I heard that shit today on the Pat McAfee show. I think Darius Butler, I put that out.
Yeah, it's been a minute. I mean, Miami is 1-9 straight up last 10 games versus Buffalo. And Buffalo has scored 30 or more points 8 out of the last 10 games versus Miami. Buffalo, the worst run defense in the NFL when it comes to yards per carry. And Miami, surprisingly, is number one in the NFL in yards per carry on offense. And
Yeah, I
Miami
want
is
to say over 7
24th.
years.
7 years. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
I know
haven't
it's
beat
been a
them
while.
since they haven't beat them in Buffalo since December 24, 2016.
It's been a minute. Yeah. And then Miami also is 24th in the league in completion percentage on
Mm.
defense at 60, giving up 68% completions to
I
their
like James Cook
opponents.
in this game though. I like the whatever alternate rushing yards he has or regular rushing yard. I think he goes over. I think you don't try to win a shootout with Miami if you can help it. I think sometimes you can try to, and I think I'm saying Buffalo ain't got the weapons to do it, but I think you got to slow the game down a little bit, bump them off their rhythm. Don't go shootout for shootout, pass for them. I think if you get caught up in that, eventually, Mike McDaniels get too creative, and the game is out of reach.
I don't know, but if you the Bills, do you change the way you play? I mean, that's how they play. They throw the football. They're not a running team.
Yeah, but see, I get it, but I don't know. I mean, I guess I don't know. I don't think we've seen an offense put up points like this and score like this in a long time. It's almost like it was like they're playing on the NBA floor. Like they run up and down. This is like Mike Marks is St. Louis Rams type offense. And if you feel like you can go tough to tough, is that arrogance? Do you still be your team, but do you tone it down enough to run the ball, set up some play action and get some gains? Because do you want Josh Allen dropping back and getting rushed by those pass rushers? I don't know. Because if you do and they score and you get in a shootout and then you go 3 and out, then you got to put your defense back on the floor. And it is tough. I think you got to get a point where you got to milk to enough on the ground or enough on the sideline, enough to bump them out rhythm. I know they who they are, but sometimes you just gotta, league is about game planning. And I think Tua sitting his ass down on the field is a lot better than him throwing 50 times on you.
Yeah. I
But
mean,
I,
yeah,
th- I think they're gonna shoot it out. To be honest with you.
yeah. I mean, if Miami ain't good on the pass, I mean, because the thing about Miami is they play a lot of man-to-man defense.
Too much.
So, that's advantageous for Buffalo. I think it's just one of those games where it
Vic
just
Fangio,
has
I
no
think, got
choice
something up
but to
his
be a
sleeve.
shootout.
Yeah. I would expect a lot of sacks on Josh Allen today. I think Vic Fangio is going to scheme up enough for his pass rushers and blitzes enough to catch Josh Allen. I mean, I would say Josh Allen interception prop will probably be on demand here today.
Yeah. I like passing yards, man. I think he just
That's
gonna
good too, yeah.
think he throwing the
300
ball.
plus.
Yeah, he gonna throw the ball, man. Hey, I like the over in this game. I just think it's gonna be scoring. Um
Yeah.
I mean, Miami is going to throw the ball against these dudes. I mean, they'll run the ball, they'll mix it up, but I think they're not going to be leading. I don't think they're going to be leading in this game like
I can
the
see
whole
that.
time like they've been in other games. So I think they're kind of
Yeah, I
going
can
to be
see that.
forced to
Yeah,
throw the ball.
maybe get too cute on offense. I see it too much. Yeah, I definitely see that.
So I mean, my plays on here. I haven't bet anything yet this week, so just for transparency. But I like the over 54. I like Buffalo's Josh Allen over passing yards, and I like Tua passing attempts over as well.
Yeah, I would take James Cook over on the rushing yards for Buffalo on this game. But other than that, I don't really have nothing for it. Maybe Josh Allen's interception, but we'll see if I evaluate that correctly.
Got you. Yeah, I can see that too. I mean,
Turnover
you
somewhere.
throw the
There should be
ball
a turnover
50.
prop for him.
Yeah, I mean, you throw the ball 40, 50 times, you bound to throw an interception. So,
Hmm.
all right. Cool. Next game we got here, we got the Ravens versus the Browns. Cleveland favorite 3, total of 40.5. Look ahead on this game was Baltimore favorite 2, total of 44.5. So this game is flipped and this total has dropped about 4 points here. Ravens coming off a overtime loss at home versus the Colts, 22-19, and the Browns coming off a blowout win at home versus the Titans. Division matchup in the AFC North. Who you got in this one?
I like, I'm riding with Cleveland. Cleveland's my dark horse team of the year. I just don't think Baltimore's offense hasn't looked comfortable in the games they played. They didn't look comfortable in Houston. They didn't look comfortable against the Colts. And now you're going against the Browns defense where I don't expect him to look comfortable again. So I would think it's going to be the under game. I know it's a division game, but I can see an under game. The receivers are not, they're not giving him a lot of help. So I would suspect that this is a pretty physical game, and I think they're going to keep Lamar Jackson contained in the pocket. So I would say Lamar Jackson more so on the passing attempts. I like him over in that game, and I like Cleveland to win outright.
That was were they favorite?
Oh, so what's the
Cleveland.
line at 2.5?
3, 3
Oh,
now.
I'll take it to cover. Yeah,
Okay,
I don't
got
think
you.
there's a reason why they wouldn't beat them outright.
Yeah. Man, it's Jim Schwartz, man. You was talking about him before, man. Dude's just a good
Hmm.
defensive coordinator, man. He got these
Underrated. Don't get no credit.
underrated, man. Underrated. This defense looks even better than what it has looked the
Dominant.
past few years. Yeah. Dominant. And yeah, I'm with you. I like your look. Actually that look on Lamar Jackson passing attempts actually may not be bad. I'm gonna look at that one. I'm with
Yeah,
you on the
when it come
under.
out. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you on the
Even
under.
Baltimore's team total under, unless they catch some garbage time points. But I don't expect them to do a lot of moving the ball.
Yeah. I mean, we talked about certain division matchups, and I'm not on the Baltimore, really on the Baltimore side on this one. I like the under. I lean Baltimore just because the advantage they've had in this matchup. But at the same time, I'm what bothers me is Baltimore's offense in this matchup
Hmm.
versus defense. So yeah, when you look at team total under, I can't argue with that one. Baltimore is 12-3 ATS on the road versus Cleveland last 15
Mm.
games. 11-4 straight up versus Cleveland last 15 games. Both defenses are top 10 in rushing yards per game, which is actually the strength of both offenses. They both like to run the ball. And both offenses are top 7 in rushing, offensive rushing yards per game. Both defenses are also top 3 in yards per completion versus the
Mm.
pass. And both teams are top 10 in sacks per game. So
Mm.
you got a defensive slugfest, which I think sets up for the under, which is probably why we've seen this total drop from 44.5 to 40.5. But I still don't think it's low enough. So I'm liking the under on this game. I think this would be a tough, just hard to get yards type of game,
No, for sure.
You may see some field goals here and there, but I don't think it'd be many touchdowns scored in this game.
What's the punt total? I'm gonna look on Prize Pick and see. Keep in mind, guys, look at that. How many times this punt goes? Because I would think if it's a 3.5, I would take it over on the Prize Picks. I had the field goal. I was playing around with the field goal points on the Rams game, and I didn't end up betting it, and definitely went over on the field goals made. So it's like keep yourself in mind on that.
That's actually a good look. The punt prop, because I could definitely see this game just being filled with punts.
Yeah, I mean, there ain't gonna be a lot of scoring.
No, even the way Cleveland's, we talked about Deshaun Watson. He doesn't look, fully comfortable yet either. And Lamar Jackson,
he looked better.
Looked a little better. I mean, his defense allows him. It's not like if when you hold somebody to 3 points, I mean, you ain't got to do too much on offense as a quarterback.
It ain't on here yet, but I'm sure it'll be on there on Sunday or by Saturday.
Oh, the punt prop?
Yeah, punt prop.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna take a look at that one too. Let me actually write that down. Yeah,
that's all I got for this one.
Yeah, me too. Let's see. All right, cool. Next game we got here, we got the Bucs versus the Saints. New Orleans favorite 3, total of 40.5. Look ahead on this one was New Orleans favorite 3.5, total of 41. Bucs coming off the Monday night loss to the Philadelphia Eagles, 25-11. And the Saints coming off that 18-17 loss at Green Bay. They may be without Derek Carr this game. I think he's in concussion protocol. So famous Jameis, may get the start in this one, get some revenge against his former Bucs team. I know you said you didn't have much on this one, so I'll go ahead.
Setup. It's a setup, though. Irony that Jameis gets to play against the Bucs. I just think there's a lot of irony in this. Yeah. I'm taking whatever props I can get on crab legs, man. I don't know what it's gonna be yet, but I'm just gonna play around with it just on GP because passing attempts over passing touchdowns something because can't go out there and let Baker beat you.
Man, yeah, I mean, I like New Orleans. I don't care if Derek Carr is not playing. If Jameis is playing, it actually makes me like it more. And then you get Alvin Kamara back, which they didn't have any run game last week, no running backs. And now they get Kamara back. He'll probably be a little rusty, limited, but it gives you gotta he's a threat you gotta respect when he's out there on the field. And Dennis Allen has had this offense figured out the past few years.
Yeah, no matter who's at quarterback.
And Marshawn Lattimore, he's had his way defending
the
Mike
other
Evans.
cornerback was on fire last week. What is his? Let me get his name because he had passed. The other cornerback from the Saints was eating last week.
Adebo?
Is it Debo?
Yeah,
he wore number 1.
No, that's not him.
Let me see. I'll look it up. But yeah, you can go to kid. I just know he was balling.
Yeah. When you find it, just interrupt me. I'm gonna keep spinning on this one.
Okay, cool.
And last week was the when it comes to Tampa Bay, my concern about them. Last week was the first week they actually played a respectable defense. You said Alontae Taylor?
Yeah, number 1.
Okay. He was killing.
Yeah, he had 4 pass defense this season already. He has 7 pass defended.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he playing really good on the opposite side of Marshawn.
Okay, found him another corner. Yeah, they and Tampa Bay hasn't, they haven't played many, good defenses this season so far. I mean, we only going into week 4, but they played a good defense last week and struggled to move the football. Their offensive line is, not the best, and they have trouble running the football. So I don't know how they generate points against the Saints. So and the Saints are second in defensive completion percentage in the league,
And
only
they
giving
can't,
up
and they fools can't
54%.
run the ball to save their life.
Bucks can't run the ball, so
They couldn't run against Philly, which I mean, obviously was no big deal. You kind of expected that, but it just not even an effort or commitment to run the ball. Because Philly's been
mm-mm.
suspect in passing, screens and things. They just had nothing.
They had nothing for him. Um, and then Jalen Carter, man, how did he slip to all the way to
He was 9.
man slipped all the way down? This dude is dominant in the interior defensive line, man. You got him and
Well,
Fletcher
you know why he
Cox.
slipped? He had some kind of legal issue on the side that caused him to slip
Yeah,
and
yeah,
slip right into Philly, which was plotted.
yeah. Well, I think some teams just talked themselves out of that one because that
Yeah,
dude can ball. I wouldn't.
and
It
Philly
wouldn't
don't care
matter.
about that. How was it Howie Wiseman? He just knows how to GM the football, man. He's a different guy.
Yeah, I mean, guys are gonna make mistakes and stuff like that, but you gotta be able to decipher character in players. And I think they probably looked at him and say he's not a bad character guy. He just was in something, got caught up in something. It's his life.
Yeah,
And
exactly. I agree.
teams talk themselves out of him, and they're gonna probably pay for that because he's probably gonna be
Yeah, you're
a
not gonna
Pro
miss you
Bowler
won't
for
miss
multiple
Fletcher Cox.
years.
You won't miss Fletcher Cox when he's gone.
Oh
Only
no,
because of him. You're not
only
gonna miss him.
because
And now you got a rotating piece to put Fletcher in, put him in, put them in together, keep Fletcher and Fletcher Cox and fucking and Jalen Carter fresh. And you got them pass rushers on the side, man. That's fucking dangerous game. Dangerous game they playing over there.
man, it's tough that defensive line. But yeah, my looks on this one, I go under the 40.5. I don't see the Bucks being able to put too many points on the board in this one. I think they kind of had a disadvantage, and I think Dennis Allen just has them figured out. And coming off a loss in a game where they probably blew that game. I mean, they were winning the entire game and lost at the end. They lost their quarterback and they just kind of gave it up. So I think coming back home, after two road games, division opponent against a division opponent that they've dominated, even when Tom Brady was there,
Mm-hmm.
um, I think they'll have the better of this. So under 40.5, Baker Mayfield interception, and I like New Orleans to cover the game. New Orleans -3. All
I
right,
like it.
cool. You got anything else on that one?
No, nothing for me.
All right, last game we got here. We got the Raiders versus the Chargers. Chargers favorite 5.5, total 48. And look ahead on this one was Chargers favorite 4.5, total of 49.5. Raiders coming off a loss. Was that the Monday? Was that a Sunday night? That was Sunday
Yeah,
night
something like yeah.
football. 23-18 loss to the Steelers at home, and Minnesota. I'm sorry, Chargers coming off a win 28-24 at Minnesota to get them their first win of the season,
Mm-hmm.
and they come back home against a division opponent. What's your thoughts on this one right here?
Well, the Raiders are a disaster, man. I just think that shit is just over with. I don't even. I live here, I watch all the news and shit. They just fucking cooking Josh McDaniels, boy.
Uh,
I mean, I just feel like you
certainly,
can't. I just think that you can't replace a legend like John Gruden in a matter that they were forced to fire him on, which I don't agree everything he did, but you need somebody who's a face. Like Mark Davis is great, he's the owner. You need somebody to come in there and do something major with the coaching standpoint. They need another coach. They need to go ahead and unload Josh Jacobs and unload Devontae Adams while you can get some value for him. To me, that makes the most sense. You let Jimmy G come out and just go sling it and play around and maybe get you use to see what kind of talent you got on your roster, sign up some free agents, and I mean you can get a second and third for Devontae. You can get a second or a third for Josh Jacobs, or maybe a third. come back with a nice little draft capital. You tank out the rest of the year. She can fuck around and get Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams in a Las Vegas Rare uniform get a city the buzz that it fucking needs for sure. So,
yeah, I'm with you on the Josh McDaniels thing. This is my thing, and I'm with you. I thought John Gruden. I think he had his little struggles, but I thought he was a good coach, good offensive coach, and like you said, a face. McDaniels, I think he's a good offensive coach, a good coordinator, but I just don't. The decision that baffled me was them being down 8 points and kicking a field goal. Like, if you're this offensive genius and you paid this quarterback all this money and you got the best receiver in football, why are you, and your defense is trash. Like, the
and a
Raiders defense,
and a top 5 running back.
And I forgot that. And a top 5 running back. Your defense. I mean, the Raiders defense has been terrible as long as I can remember, at least the past 5-7 years. They haven't had a good defense.
I can't remember last time they had a defense of, I don't know, not good enough.
Yeah, so I mean, to me, it's a cop-out to kick a field goal and then say, if we got the ball back,
Did you hear the excuse?
What he say, that the defense, he thought the defense would get
he said he didn't know that they were down by the amount that he thought they were down by.
Whoa, really? He said he didn't know they were down by 8?
Yes. He said what? The quote that he said to me drove me crazy. I was just like, let me see.
That's even worse. I already don't like the cop out. You can't put that on your defense at the end of the game. You got to go get a first down. If you don't get a first down, cool. You put your defense on the field, you got to get the ball back and score anyways. But to kick a field goal was just, I hate to say it, but it was just such a loser move, in my opinion, just to kick a field goal and just say, if the defense gets a stop, we get the ball back, then we can try to win the game. Like, no, man, your defense ain't been good. So why are you relying on them to get a stop? It just doesn't make sense.
But I'm gonna look at it. But he said something about he just wasn't aware. So it just was fucking trash. I was just like, whoa.
Yeah, that's terrible. That was just a terrible decision, in my opinion. I don't coach football. I'm not in the NFL. But, I'm just watching the game like everybody else. But, I'm not putting the ball in the football in my defense's hands to win the game when I'm the offensive genius and I got all these offensive talented players.
Let Kenny Pickett just cook you like that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's one of the times when you're trying to be Bill Belichick and you realize you're not Bill Belichick.
Found out quick.
Oh, he'll have a home back in New England quick.
Oh,
if that offensive shit don't show up in New England, he'll have a job pretty quick. He'll bring his guys back.
Yeah, Bill bring his guys back for sure. But yeah, no, and I throw my picks and I shoot it to you. I like the over 47.5. I mean, we kind of talked about this one. For some odd reason, I feel like the Raiders might keep this game close. They might give some, big effort in this game and keep it close. The only way they're going to do so is if they score.
Gotta score a lot.
Gotta score. This defense is not.
Can't have your receiver and shit calling you out and shit like they gotta go out there. And Devontae gotta go out there and do more than he already done.
Gotta do more. I like his receiving yards over Devontae Adams. I even like Josh Jacobs over rushing yards. Justin Herbert over TD passes and Justin Herbert over pass completions. So in the over 47.5. I think it's 48.
Their offense is gonna slow down because not having Mike Williams you can't take the top off the defense. So I mean they got the rookie obviously, but I think that loss of Mike Williams is gonna amount to something bigger.
You think so?
I think so. I think it's gonna slow them down.
I don't know. I mean, I think Johnson is just as fast and just almost as big. I think they just. Yeah. I mean, I think it's just replace. I don't think it really hurts them that bad. They got a stable of wide receivers. he's talented. Mike Williams is really good, talented. I think he had 100+ yards receiving last game, but they
before he
just so
even got
loaded
hurt.
on offense from receivers. I don't think they lose a step by Mike Williams being out. But that's just my opinion. I can see your angle as well.
Yeah, no, absolutely, no, definitely.
What was your picks on this one? Your picks.
I don't really have a. I mean, I don't. It's hard for me to take this. I can see the game being close, like you said. I can see a backdoor cover from the Raiders, but I kind of like. I see if Garoppolo plays, I'm gonna take his passing completion because I think that fucking defense in fucking just in Los Angeles is trash, and I think they'll give up a lot of. I think they'll start to get Garoppolo going a lot of short passes, a lot of going. So I can see them having. I can see him going over his completion total. And I can see the Raiders hanging in close because I don't know what the fuck's going on in Los Angeles either. They were one loss away from their coach being fired. So I just think it's a disaster in the AFC West right now with all the teams and not named Kansas City.
Yeah, right. I mean that if the Chargers win this game, they 2-2. They right back.
Mm-hmm.
They right back in the mix.
But if they lose, it's gonna be hot seat Monday for him.
Yeah. No, they're gonna be on his top for sure. Yeah, just a
What the
few.
fuck's happening with Hunter? What the fuck's going on with Hunter Renfrow?
Yeah, dude. I don't know if it's the
Scheme?
what I think the Raiders are doing right now is I think Josh McDaniels knows they need to rebuild. And I think they just scheming dudes out of the offense. Like Josh Jacobs. I think he's a little rusty because he wasn't in training camp and stuff, but I think he's protecting himself when he runs. So he's not running the same as he used to.
Okay.
And I also think McDaniels is just phasing guys out the offense. Like if you know you need to rebuild, got rid of Waller. Renfro got paid. Didn't he get paid like a year before too? So I wouldn't be surprised if it's a fire sale in Las Vegas here within the next 3 weeks, 2 weeks. I mean, I think the deadline is coming up.
I'm not again. I think deadline week 7 or 8. I don't disagree with that statement at all. I just Hunter Renfrow not, third and Renfrow, he was 100 catch guy, especially in Josh McDaniels offense that has featured Wes Welker and Julian Edelman is crazy.
Third and Renfrow was his name, and he is no catch Renfrow these days.
No catch Renfrow, so he can be on the block too.
That's what I'm saying, because he can go help a team in the slot.
Chargers. If you want to trade me your division, but shit, if you ain't going nowhere, why not? Who cares?
Man. Yeah, the Chargers dead last in yards per completion on defense. They're giving up almost 13 yards per completion.
Ain't Staley a defensive coach?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
That's what they say, right?
Yeah. Vegas giving up 75% completion percentage on defense. And they're 24th in sacks per game, so they're not getting to the quarterback, and the quarterback gets to complete passes.
Chargers?
No, this is Vegas.
Oh, right Vegas. Now. I'm going to say, what?
And Vegas gives up the second highest QB rating per game. So QBs, essentially, when they play against the Raiders, are very comfortable.
Okay,
they eating.
So was it, 258 passing yards probably for him? 260
for Herbert?
There. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it'll be something around there, 265 maybe.
Yeah, 260. I could even see probably up to 270s, 260, 270. But yeah, you probably around closer than I am. But yeah, I don't think they're going to be able to do anything to Justin Herbert. So the only thing I think stops this prop is if they are up big and they're not passing no more.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's the only thing I think could stop him from not having him, a big game.
Good point.
Yeah, those are my looks, my plays on this game.
Yeah, that's all I got for the game too.
Cool. That's the 5 we got here.
Told you it'd be a quick show, guys. We'll make it up to y'all next week.
Yeah, in and out. And we won't even not all the plays are out on the lunch
it's hard
ticket.
to do. It's gonna be hard to do a lunch ticket. We might have to just create a separate reel for y'all for the lunch ticket
Yeah,
Post it online for y'all to have when we got. Maybe we'll do it on a Friday evening or Friday afternoon, real quick. Hop on here, slice it, dice it, and put it up for y'all. But yeah, it's not yeah, it's kind of hard to get a play because the props sometimes don't come out till Friday evening or late Thursday night.
yeah, they come out a little later. So yeah, we'll post that in the game group. And yeah, I'm with you on that, Rich. We'll find a way to create a little short video and throw those out there later
Absolutely.
in the week. You got any underdogs?
Um, I did. Let me write what I wrote down.
I just got one.
I had I had the Tennessee Titans sneaking them,
Okay, that's not
which I
bad.
thought was pretty interesting. And I don't know who's Jacksonville's favorite because they're home, but I like the Jacksonville Jaguars, but not really underdog. But yeah, no, I got them to do their thing. And then the Panthers game to me this looks weird too. I think the Panthers can kind of come and beat the Vikings. I mean, it'll say a lot about what direction these teams are going in. So I like the Panthers a lot. And then yeah, what I have it at?
That's a yeah, that's an interesting game. We didn't
Yeah,
talk about
Panthers
that
in
game,
three.
but there's a
Yeah,
player prop on that game.
Bryce Young.
No, Adam Thielen. I'm interested in Adam
Mm.
Thielen versus that
Oh,
Vikings defense.
back home against
Mm,
his old team. I can see
yeah.
that too.
I think
That's a
last
good
week
one.
he had like 11
He
targets
was
of
cooking.
14 targets. Yeah.
But veterans know how to trust veterans. Andy Dalton was back there. To me, it all depends on if Andy Dalton plays or not. If Bryce Young is on track to play, I'm more so leaning the Vikings. If Andy Dalton go back there, I like that Adam Thielen play a lot.
Mhm. That's a good point. I think Bryce Young is playing this week. I
Okay.
think.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's one on here I like is Adam Thielen, so I'll be looking at that one. My underdog this week just looks a little off. I think it's a letdown spot for the Steelers. I could see Houston
Mm,
making this game super
that
tight
defense not good.
or they yeah. And Pittsburgh defense is, if they don't get a sack on the quarterback,
It's
they've
open
kind of
season.
been getting torched a little
Yeah,
bit.
and CJ Stroud, man. You know what I'm saying? Stroud, he been cooking teams, man. Slow cooking, and he ain't getting no recognition.
Well, shit, all bets in gave the man's recognition, so he getting it
He getting
from
it from
getting it
us.
from somewhere. But yeah,
That's a good look though.
Houston
That's a good
plus
look though.
3. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
that's
a
my
good look.
underdog.
Yeah, the fact it's only three is crazy. But D'Amico Ryan's got that team playing. They playing for him.
Playing for him, playing good defense.
Schematically,
Hmm.
not a lot of stars on defense. Just a lot of consistent, great tackling, no missed tackles. Like they're playing like as a design unit. Surprisingly.
Yeah, them boys is dialed
And once
in.
you got your quarterback in the future, in the future, you don't care about tanking. You play, you go out there and play. When you need it, when a draft like this, you gotta account for that shit when you betting. Like, does
Hmm.
a team need a quarterback? Because Vikings, like, I mean, I doubt Caleb Williams end up in Minnesota, but it's a situation where you're like, what do the Vikings do? There's a lot of quarterback. You need a new quarterback. You get Drake Maine. You know what I'm saying? You know what do you come up with? The kid out of Washington. You got options.
Yeah, and you replace a quarterback in that offense that can move with those weapons. You got action.
Young receivers, Addison, Justin Jefferson, TJ Hawkinson locked up. They locked up in the offense. So you just need the right
Hmm.
quarterback. Kirk Cousins is a statistical king. Got to win games.
Games. And when you got a bad offensive line, you need a quarterback that can move. Kirk is just older, man. He's never been
Mm-hmm.
super mobile. So and he's getting hit a lot. And that's not good for him.
Eventually,
So
will
I
catch up on him for sure.
think
Agent probably gonna have to request a trade out that situation.
yeah. But yeah, no, that's my underdog, man. Like we talked about, we add the lunch ticket another way, but yeah, this is pretty much been a show, man. Quick one here. Once again, man, you can reach us at team at MyGuyz Sports. That's the email. I'm Bsperl. You can find me at Sperl Online. That's Twitter and Instagram. And then you got Moneyline Rich here. You can find him at Moneyline Rich W at Twitter and on IG Moneyline Rich Will. This is All Bets In, Season 2, Episode 4 with MyGuyz Sports. I'm Bsperl, Spur Online.
I'm Moneyline Rich. Enjoy having y'all listening today. See y'all later.
Peace.
Thanks for tuning in to All Bets In with MyGuyz Sports.
With MyGuyz Sports.
Check us out next time and remember to bet responsibly.